Alright, so in this lesson we're going to talk about glows or special effects, whatever you want to call them. It's usually things that happen on top of the lines and make things look like they're glowing, lightning strikes and different things. I'm a comic guy, so it's like laser blast and all that sort of stuff. So first off, I need to get rid of this white background for this because otherwise you guys won't really be able to see what's going on. So I'm going to go to my layers, I'm going to go to my background color, and I'm going to choose like a darkish blue color. So one thing to keep in mind if you're ever going to print what you're doing, avoid colors that are in the very bottom because they're really not going to print that well. Okay, so you want them to appear to be dark. They're relatively dark compared to everything else, right? I just noticed I've got like this glow action in the middle of the... Oh, right there. It's that layer. So, let's see. How do I want to get rid of that? I can select from the main flat. And then this little button right here, if you guys can look at the camera angle there, there's a little button that looks like... looks kind of like two arrows doing this. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that. Anyway, it's like two arrows pointing to each other. Okay. Click that, it will inverse the selection. So now just the background is selected. And I'm going to three finger clear that. So that gets rid of that fuzzy thing in the middle. Alright. So glows. I'm going to do things here that don't really make sense on the surface, but there's some technical things that I can kind of explain why this happens. So I'm going to get on top of the inks here, or in this case the color holds layer we made earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and rename this to... I don't want to select, I want to rename SFX, and I want to fill it with black, and everything's going to disappear. Okay, so selected black, I'm going to fill it with black, and you're probably thinking, why on earth would you ever want to do that? It's because when we switch the layer mode of that black layer to screen, so I'm going to go to lighten and then screen, the black will go away. Black doesn't show up on screen mode, but it gives the colors that we're about to put on here something to react to, okay? Because the layer mode we're going to use, it makes a difference whether it's coloring something or coloring nothing. Now I know that's hard to wrap your head around, but if there was nothing else in that layer, the mode's going to look different. So we put that black in there to give it something to react to. Don't try to understand it. I don't really understand it either. I just know it works better on black. It's not important to understand it, it's my point. So I'm going to go to the contrast layer. Actually, no, I don't want to do that yet. I want to go to my brush. Now, what I did is I created this Marta brush, and I call it Marta because one of my favorite colorists' name is Marta Gracia, and he colors in hard light mode quite a bit. So when you go into the brush settings, this brush will be available for download, but on the blend mode, not only can you have modes on layers, you can have modes on specific brushes. So if you like to switch to hard light a lot, instead of having to go up and change the layer mode, you can just put the layer mode in the brush. Hopefully that makes sense. So this brush is in hard light mode already. Okay, so to recap, we're on a layer filled with black in screen mode, and our brush is in hard light mode. That's the combination that I think works the best. There are other ways to do this, but this is the simplest for me. Alright, so we're going to pick a color. Usually it's about as bright as you can get if we're going to do glows. And I'm going to try just kind of a middle of the road color and see what that looks like. So first, I'm going to make sure I'm on my big bright brush here. And I'm just going to start brushing. I want the edge to really kind of fade though, so I want to make this bigger. And you see, like, this starts to look warm the more that you layer it, and I can shrink this down, and the smaller it gets, you can see these colors get brighter and brighter. Okay, I might want to do a little bit where the gun is. And if it gets too yellow or something, I can always come down, like, let's see, switch it to some, like an orange, like a deep orange. It's a little too deep. There we go. So nothing fancy. I didn't select anything. Now, if there was something you wanted to, control where this was affecting, like what happens a lot, again from the comic side, is you'll run up against the edge of a panel or something. You know, this stuff still works. Just make your selection first. So let's say that I'm right up against the edge of a panel. Well, I'll just select that area where I know I'm going to be painting, and then switch to my brush, and that way, I can control what's happening along that edge, right? And then when we get out of it, I'm not outside of my panel. So you can always mix and match these techniques that we're doing. Sorry, undoing all of that. One of these days I'm going to remember, just make a new layer and then delete it. But yeah. And so something else you could probably do on anything that's like reflective. Maybe it's not glowing, or maybe it's not like an energy blast, but it's still really reflective. Then usually things like chrome and metal and things, you can put those glows on those things too, and it really looks cool. So I'm going to switch though to like kind of a bluish color, because I'm thinking about the colors it's going to reflect, and it's going to reflect more of that background color. And then again, just get a brush and go to town. Make it small if you want it to be really, really hot. It's almost white, So it starts to look more reflective. And you can also play around with different color modes and things, but like in this case, I would probably do a little bit more rendering under the glows. So like I could go back to my colors. I'll show you a different selection technique here too. So I'm going to go to my selection tool, choose automatic, make sure I'm on the right layer, and whoops. There we go. So hit the selection tool, and then on the colors layer, I've selected that whole arm. Now, I can do this on the colors layer, that's fine. So I'm going to get like a deep, deep blue. And I want to change this brush to color dodge. Okay, so color dodge is selected. And you can see when I start painting with this, this gets really hot really, really quick. It's like if I show you over here where that layer is, that glow isn't. If I start doing this in color dodge mode, you can see it gets really, really bright, almost all the way to white very, very quickly. So you can do that with different techniques. You can make this really small, maybe just those two little areas there. So color dodge is really good for metal. I'm going to change that brush back before I forget. All right. So, and one more time, if you weren't aware, when you click on the brush, this is underneath the brush behavior over here under general. Okay, I didn't point that out earlier. By default, it might open up to a different section, but it's under the general section is where you'll find that blending mode. So I like to save different brushes in different modes if I'm going to use them a lot. And of course, you can always have multiple light sources. So if you wanted to show some of this orange on him, we can do that. So you can do this on a different layer. You can do it on your colors layer if you're feeling confident. It doesn't really matter. But I'll just stay with the same original light layer and just pick like an orange color. And pick my marker brush again for this case. And I can go in here where all those little places are going to be facing that blast. And it's pretty subtle. Like over here, it's just really going to be in the shadows because of the main light. Um, or you can make it a stronger effect, you know. So you can always mix and match. Like over here in the dark, this is really going to show up. And you can make that effect as strong or as subtle as you want. One more thing I'll show you before we move on from glows, this is sort of related. I'm going to put a new layer just to make this easy. And I'm going to pick let's say there's a lightning bolt. So I'm going to pick like what I think a lightning bolt color might be. Actually, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to start with white. And it doesn't really matter which brush. I'm going to maybe the pencil. Yeah, that's fine. So let's say here's my lightning bolt. And it forks off and does different things, right? Now, with lightning, a lot of people think, that they need to color. I'm just making this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. A lot of people think they need to color it, whatever the color of the lightning is. But with glowing things and with any kind of special effect like this, where the light itself is glowing, I would always recommend to start with white. Because even, like, say in Star Wars, for example, if you look closely, it's a white light and it's surrounded by a red glow. The lightsaber itself is not actually red, okay? But it's glowing with red light. But it's so hot that it's white. All right, so now that I've got my white lightning, I'm going to put it in color dodge mode, okay? So I go to the layer itself, under the lighten section, there's color dodge. Now it's still going to look white, okay? But if I go get a color, like that bright blue, with a soft edge around it, and you can make this as big or as small as you want, but you'll notice that it starts to look more like it's glowing with blue, just around the edges. Okay. Now, and you can be softer with this. Also, it just kind of depends on the feel you're going for and what you want it to look like. And of course, you can go in with the eraser and tighten up some of these points and different things if you want. But color dodge is really good for glows, and then you could always go in to like your adjustments and play around with the actual color, you know. So it's a pretty cool trick. But a lot of it depends on what color is underneath it, so kind of play around with the color you decide there. All right, so that's glows and special effects. Let's move on to the next one.